Hey, good day everybody. Mark again here, WeatherMan Plus. I got your updates not only on the Palma lava tsunami as well as the mega tsunami and what the chances still are from having this problem. Plus our tropical update. I'm still showing we still have that big storm, potential major hurricane still coming, and the Euro is showing it as well. But not only that, we have a good chance for that first one that I showed you yesterday that should get shredded apart by the cold front. Now the update's showing it could go up the East Coast. As well as the severe weather that we do have going right now. So if you've never been here before, hello. My name is Mark. I do upload every single day, just not Friday from sundown to sundown Saturday. That's Sabbath. That's why I always upload a little later on Fridays before Sabbath starts. That way I can get the latest information for you guys as y'all go through y'all weekend. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. I am all year long. Just remember, I always do put links in the description to help save you time. Be a big supporter of my channel and watch the video all the way through. That's the best support you can give to me. Thank you so much for all of you, because you are the best community on YouTube. Hands down. God bless you all. If you find this information helpful, please share this on social media. Help alert others to what the information is. Now hit the like button on the video to help the algorithm on YouTube so I can get seen to some new people so we can let everybody know what's going on. And let's get into the video for Friday. Now you do have your severe weather for today. You have the marginal in the green and you have the slight risk in the yellow. And it has gone up on the tornado risk to 2 sections of 5%. And I do see this in the anomalies when I look through the weather. So I will update you not only on the best chances on where these tornadoes can be, also on the wind, because the wind is picking up to a 15%, although I'm not showing it a pretty major thing with the wind. Hail is also possible in this big 5% area for today. And here's your cities and states that is in the warning for tornadoes for 2% and 5% for today. And this will carry over into the Northeast for tomorrow. You do have the marginal for severe weather for tomorrow. And it's not for tornadoes, none expected, and no hail. It is for wind. They are expecting the wind to pick up in this corner of the country as the system moves through. And that is what I'm seeing as well. And here's your cities and states for the severe weather expected for tomorrow. And your rainfall expected today and tomorrow from the severe weather. You can see over here on the left, the dark blue is almost an inch. The bright blue is a little over an inch. And this is pretty much what you see here on the color patterns for today. Now as we go into tomorrow, when it goes to the northeast, you have a little section in northern Vermont that is about 2 inches of rainfall. The section that was over northern New York for yesterday when I showed you this has disappeared. But here's your rainfall expected for the next 2 days and 3 days as this storm pushes through. And you can see within the next 3 days that it does pick up heavier rainfall for northern New York and western New York and more of Vermont. And that's more towards the 2 inches of rainfall. Now as we get into noon today, we started getting some convection going on from the shear. I will show you that. And right around noon o'clock for today, you will have some storms brewing up for Arkansas that will be moving over northern Mississippi and western Tennessee as well. And later on, it's going to affect Ohio and the Northeast. So as you go through noon, 1, and 2 o'clock this afternoon, then it'll start picking up a little bit of strength for tornadoes. You don't have a big chance for tornadoes, but around 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock, it does strengthen up a little bit. That's when it starts moving towards northern Mississippi around 4 and 5 o'clock. Now you're getting a 5 out of 10 chance for tornadoes as the convection starts picking up more as this cold front does push through. 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock, you still have the problem for western Tennessee and northern Mississippi. And as you go from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock tonight, then it's going to move over northern Alabama and start weakening down around 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock for the south. For the Northeast, your tornado threat around 6 p.m. tonight will start picking up. Still a small chance, but it is still a chance for tornadoes. As you go to 7 and 8 o'clock, it'll start moving from Pennsylvania over towards New York and strengthen up a little bit as you go into 10 p.m. and 11 p.m. tonight. It definitely be maybe a nocturnal tornadoes because there's midnight and you still have a good chance for tornadoes. Now as you see the shear moving in, and this isn't what you look at is this red line. What you want to look at is convection. So as this cold air comes in, it'll start pushing air up and you start getting a lift. And that's when you get the difference like this section right here and over here for western Tennessee. And you'll see these storms will start brewing up across Arkansas. They'll start going over northern Mississippi and western Tennessee. And you'll get some of western Kentucky as well. That is some strong storms getting brewed up right there with a good bit of convection. That's right around 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock tonight. Really strong points. Then as you go from 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and midnight, you still have these storms moving across Tennessee. It has weakened down from Mississippi and went over northern Alabama at that point. It is very high northern Alabama, but it goes straight across Tennessee from the west to the central. And when you look for the full wind gust swath through, this is according to the Euro, and I'm not believing the Euro. It's not even picking up anything from the central U.S. when it's obvious that they're going to have issues with storms. It's only picking up for the northeast. So when you go to high resolution rapid refresh, you only see the first 18 hours. You can see that you do get a lot of storms bulking up for Arkansas, northern Mississippi, western Tennessee, southern Illinois, southern Indiana, and western Kentucky as well. And your color pattern that you have for that is all this blue is 25 to 30 miles per hour wind gusts. And once you get in that green, it gets from 35 to 45 miles per hour wind gusts, with a slight chance for 50 miles per hour wind gusts for northeastern Arkansas, southern Illinois, southwestern Indiana, and northern Mississippi as well. And that's the first 18 hours. NAM 3K agrees with that as well. You can see the section here. It don't have the spots of the 50. High resolution rapid refresh is better at the information, but NAM 3K is picking up the same areas, and Euro's not even picking it up. And in the northeast, you can see also for your wind threat for tomorrow that is dark green in the 30s, the light green in the 40s. So you have 35 to 45 miles per hour wind gusts in all this green, with chances of 50 for northern Vermont and northern New York as well. Now let's get on over to the tropics and update you what's going on with the tropics. According to the GFS, when you look at your potential velocity anomaly, let you know when you have updraft in your section of your country and your Caribbean. Still showing a strong anomaly coming sometime around the 22nd. And this one's singled out by itself. This one was supposed to be getting stretched out. I showed you in the tropical pause yesterday. But as the new updates, it's showing that it could still make it and roam over Florida and go up the east coast. And we still have a stronger storm, which was a major hurricane I showed you yesterday, still coming for late October. And when you look according to the Euro, you can see also the Euro agrees that we have strong energy coming from the 21st, 22nd. Something is coming. It is wishy-washy on what it's going to do, because we do have potential cold fronts coming in that could push that away. We still have a strong anomaly coming for late October, according to the Euro, and another one beginning in November, which is our usual times. Now, when we look at our AO, Arctic Oscillation, which lets us know when this cold air comes down from the north and creates these cold fronts, which will help block these tropical cyclones. You can see, according to the Euro, that we have that cold spill that we're dealing with now that's coming into our country, and it will go to the southeast. Your highs will be in the 70s. I showed you that yesterday. But as you go towards the 25th, 26th, anywhere in the 20s, it's not showing a dip. It's not showing a cold front coming. We're going to be on a high ridge, matter of fact, in the positive. So I'm not showing a cold front will be blocking any chance for any hurricanes, tropical cyclones, any kind of activity in our tropics coming middle of October to late October. Nothing's blocking it. GFS is even agreeing not only with the cold spill that we have in now and a little one that's coming to the northeast after that, but when you get in the 20s, it's on a high ridge. We don't have a cold front coming down blocking this potential major hurricane. Now, the update with NOAA, obviously, next 5 days, nothing. But soon we're going to be showing a tropical wave coming through the eastern Caribbean and going through our Caribbean. And we need to watch this, because this time of year, kind of the MDR kind of gets sleepy and everything forms close to home and in quick spin-ups. Matter of fact, when we look at the rest of our hurricane season, we do see that we do get a second peak right in the middle of October. We also get a third peak right in the beginning of November. So we are due for a very strong storm, guys. And you can see here how it goes from August, September, October, and November with our origin of points of where all these cyclones do form. And when we get around October, it starts getting closer towards the Caribbean. So we definitely got to be watching the Caribbean. Something is going to spark up real close to home. Now, I saw some people wanted some more information on the hurricane, as well as what the model is I'm using, the time span and all that. So I'm going to show you all the information. As everybody that's been in my channel knows, I never hide anything. I try and show you as much as I can. So according to the Euro, when we look for a tropical depression, you can see that tropical waves do start coming through the Caribbean. This is within 5 days. And another wave will be coming as well in 6 or 7 days through the eastern Caribbean. And all this is going to start getting bottled up in 10 days around the Western Caribbean as more waves continue to come in. We're going to have these cold fronts coming down, keeping all this suppressed to the south. So all this is going to bottle up. And as soon as the cold front goes up on that high ridge in the 20s, this is going to get pulled up. As this wave, which is our strong major hurricane, even getting shown by the Euro, very strong tropical wave that will be going through our Caribbean in 10 to 12 days. When you look for the potential cyclone locations, here we go. First, let's start off with the GFS. And you see starting in 5 days that we do get a bottle up of energy coming through the Western Caribbean from these tropical waves. And as that potentially goes into our Gulf, as we get our next tropical wave making its way in the early 20s. Now the potential wave, the update has shown that it could go over Florida and intensify and continue out to the Atlantic. And just so you know, that intensification right there would be a 960 to a 979 millibar hurricane. By now we're at 24th now, and now we have our second wave coming through. This is the one that showed a major hurricane. You can see as it gets towards Jamaica, it does start to intensify. But so far it looks like it does meet up with a cold front, something that makes it turn east or west. And just so you know, that intensification right there is a 950 to a 959 millibar major hurricane. And it could go south, it could go north-northeast. It all depends the timing on that cold front, on whether that cold front is still coming or whether this is going to make it into our Gulf. Now here's your SpaghettiOs according to the Euro. That way I can show you the Euro as well if people wanted to see it. In 6 to 7 days, the Euro is showing very weak, but everything is going to be weak and close to home at this portion of our season. And something does form up towards the Western Caribbean. It gets bottled up because all the cold fronts pushing everything away. Cold fronts are high pressure, and high pressure is boss. Now that system that goes over Florida, Euro shows that could get pulled out more into the Atlantic and not go up to East Coast. But still, that second one that comes to the Western Caribbean in the 20s, even the Euro is showing that there will be intensification out of this, and it will head towards either Cuba, Bahamas, maybe even get further into our Gulf and show towards Florida like it showed yesterday. Both models, GFS and Euro, are showing this. So let's look through all the ensembles and see exactly what's going on. You see right here on E8, right by the time we get to October 20th, it might have something brew up in the Western Caribbean, get into the Gulf, and go around over Florida. We could even have this scenario right here on E9 where it could come in a little bit later, a little bit further back and weaker, and curve earlier straight over Dominican Republic. Here's another one on E12 that shows it could come in a lot later, go through the Caribbean, and still curve somewhere by Dominican Republic. Here's another one on E15 showing it go through our Caribbean, and it makes it all the way through our Caribbean and goes somewhere by Cuba and the Bahamas. And right here on E19 shows it go straight through our Caribbean, go right over Jamaica, get into our Western Caribbean, and make its way north into our Gulf. So we have multiple ensembles, guys. It's pretty much a 50-50, showing that this is coming through our Caribbean. We still have another storm coming, if not two. But we could have one sooner as well. Because as you see right here, just like you've seen in the models and the ensembles, we could have one brew up real fast over Florida and go right up the East Coast. However, if that does happen, it will be bringing a lot of winds, but it will be out in the Atlantic and it won't affect anyone. Here's a closer look so you can see it's pretty much away from everybody and it starts moving away. Now this could change, but so far it's staying away. Even with the winds, if you look at it, you'll notice it's all east side loaded with the winds, so there's no winds that would be on land if that was to happen. But it would be strengthening to a hurricane. Now let's get into the La Palma volcano updates, because not only lava tsunamis, but the chances for the mega tsunami, just to refresh your mind of what's going on. And not only is this lava destroying everybody's homes and there's more and more evacuations, here's some good news. Chef Jose Andres, a nonprofit World Central Kitchen, has been delivering sizzling meals, sandwiches, and water to hundreds of evacuees, in addition to emergency staff overseeing residents' elimination from Hertz approach. Now, this nonprofit began cooking 200 meals a day early within the eruption. Started on September 19th. Now they're making 1,400 meals each day because it's becoming more and more people that's becoming without homes. But there is a positive side to everything, and there is people over there helping these people have very good hot meals. So that's a positive thing. Now, La Palma volcano has been having a lot of big earthquakes, guys. It had a 4.5 quake, 8 o'clock this morning. Not only was it the largest quake yet, but it also was at 36 kilometers beneath the center, so that was very deep. Matter of fact, the volcano has been having a lot of very strong earthquakes. On Wednesday, it had a 4.4. On today, it had a 4.5. And you can see here, not only are we getting very shallow earthquakes, which is very dangerous, which would trigger the tsunami that everybody's fearing about, as well as we've been getting very deep earthquakes, which means it's still pulling that lava from a very deep source, and this eruption is not stopping anytime soon because it's pulling from a deep source. Now, all these videos I'm showing you, links are in the description so you can go watch them. Because now, since this cone has broken off, it has allowed a lot of lava coming down the volcano. Matter of fact, it's coming so fast, they called it a lava tsunami. This is by Vulcan on Twitter. Link in the description. Look at how much lava. Look how spread out it is. And it's not the only flow. There's other flows as well. This is the big main one that just bursted up. Look at all this. It's going so fast, it is a lava tsunami. Let me show you another view. Now this is destroying a lot of homes, and just like I told you the other day, that now they're evacuating new areas because of this widening of this lava. This is by Love World, link in the description on Twitter, so you can go see this. The lava is literally destroying homes. And I seen a video the other day about the brooders. They were feeding dogs left. Guys, don't leave your pets. Why would you leave your pets in something like that? Link in the description. Now this was put out by Let Us Unite Here, and a lot of people have been talking about this. I've been getting emails like crazy on this, and people want to know what's going on because of the White House feed. She was talking about emergency disasters and what is the government going to do on emergency disasters. Then it cuts to the La Palma volcano, and people swear that they hear a tsunami warning going off in the video. I even got the full video in the description so you can go watch this. But literally, the White House speech gets interrupted by a live stream that's going on with the islands. Volcano does a big explosion. For almost 3 minutes before it went back to live house feed. And this is why everybody's a little worrisome. You can see the big eruption that popped up, showing what's going on with this volcano. And we're on TV Canaris' stream, still broadcasting live stream on ABC News. So what was that warning? Then it goes back.
Any good?
Then it goes back to her. So what was that big warning about the volcano and that big eruption that just happened? Why would it do that? Tell me your opinions in the comments. What do you think? Now about the mega tsunami chances, if something does happen to the La Palma volcano or the island. Now Mr. BBB 333, I'm not trying to suggest his channel. Obviously he needs no help. He's got almost 500,000 subs. He made a video about if there was going to be that collapse and it'd be a mega tsunami, what would the impacts be? Because they actually have videos out there showing it'd be great impacts on the East Coast, which I've made a video already showing that that is actually a lie. Now scientists could be lying as well. I understand all y'all theories and comments on that. Only God knows what could happen if this happens. That's the straightest answer I can give you. Now, as far as information, Mr. BBB did find that this would be the likely impact. It'd be devastating close, but would not make it to the East Coast with huge, enormous tsunami waves that goes miles inland. That's a myth. Link in the description to go watch Mr. BBB's video. Also, link in the description on the video I made of the Palma volcano mega tsunami. It's called The Big Lie. Because not only does it talk about these big fears of the tsunamis that could come through if that does happen, I've got scientific data. Now, we all know only God knows, but scientists have saying that this thing would crumble as it fell and it wouldn't go off as one big solid piece. Now, all this new lava that's creating this new shelf of island with the island would change things a little. Okay, it would be covering up that rock and it wouldn't be able to crumble. It'd be covered by a solid piece of lava rock and it wouldn't crumble. It actually could go off in one chunk if that was to happen. But scientists say it would not happen. Only God knows the truth. Now, Associated Press put out some pictures, links in the description so you go see them, of people trying to clear their homes from these ashes that has accumulated from this volcano eruption. And you can see here the shots of them cleaning the ashes of their homes, and you can barely even see these houses. Hardly anything left. Right there, you got military personnel trying to help clean up a little bit, trying to restore these houses so these people can go back home to them. But a lot of them are covered up in ashes. Link in the description as well. This is the live stream going on right now for La Palma. As we know, these live streams last maybe one day. So it'd be very easy to search up and find a live stream of the La Palma volcano. Now, time and date on the top left. And you can see how you get, especially from about 5 o'clock to 6 and 7 o'clock, you get some very strong storms, especially for eastern Arkansas, western Tennessee. And then when it gets around 8 and 9 o'clock, it'll move into Mississippi as well as going across Tennessee. But now you're getting more in Illinois. But look at this long line of storms that's going to come from that. All the convection is going to be mostly northern, so that don't mean that you have chances for tornadoes all the way to Louisiana. But it is strong, especially for Tennessee as it goes through. You can see it goes from Illinois into Indiana as you go into 2 o'clock in the morning, going to Ohio as you go into 6 o'clock in the morning, and you are affecting Pennsylvania and western New York as you get into 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning as well. So there's going to be a lot of storms overnight tonight, early in the morning, especially for the Ohio Valley and the Northeast. And it will be affecting Delaware, Maryland, Jersey sometime around 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Sometime around 4 to 8 is when you got that for the New England states. And that's what I got for you today. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it somehow gave you information that is helpful to you. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button. Support my channel. If you watched the video all the way through, thank you so much, from my family to yours. People that watch just a little piece of it actually is hurting my channel, and I know it's not on purpose. That's just what it does because of the YouTube algorithm. So please, if you get a chance, watch it all the way through, or please share this on social media. Help others alert to the information that's going on, and tell me in your comments, what do you think? You think it is possible for all this to molt over that island and be one big chunk, and maybe this mega tsunami could really happen? And if so, do you believe the impacts that me and BBB think, or do you think that it actually will be major impacts? God bless every single one of you today. Hope you have a very blessed Friday. Good Shabbos to all of you taking your Sabbath, as well as for tomorrow. Hope you have a great weekend, every single one of you. And if you've never been here before, this is the best part of my channel, in my opinion. Probably a few others as well. God bless you all. Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yes, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. Have a great day. Thank you so much for visiting my channel today. And always remember, no matter what you're doing, all glory, all power goes to Yahweh, God of Jacob, our Father. Give praise to him. Be glad to just wake up today. And that's enough. Just be thankful. Amen. Hallelujah. Have a very, very blessed weekend. I'll see you Sunday morning.